The Seidhe and the Elle. Sad as it may be, to many in our time the word elf is a synonym for pauper, bandit, or layabout. She-elf is used by many to denote a prostitute or woman of loose morals. The adjective elven, in turn, describes damaged, needlessly complicated, or useless goods. Statistics, for their part, show that 1 in 3 elves living in Redania has spent time in prison, and a full 1/2 of them have been fined at least once. The average lifespan of elves, though still thrice that of humans, grows shorter each year. Given the above, it is easy to forget that elves, or Seidhe as they fashion themselves, were once a proud race that ruled the land stretching from the banks of the Great Sea in the west to the Blue Mountains in the east, and from the Dragon Mountains in the north to the Mahakam Range in the south. The ruins of their cities scattered throughout the known world bear witness to their former might. Compare Monumenta Elforum by Istred of Edginvale. Many of the most outstanding mages, artists, and poets of recorded history have been of this race, and we have elves to thank for dozens of ingenious items we rely on each day, from screw pumps to cosmetics. Those elves who dwell amongst men have largely forgotten their history and culture, the sole sliver of elven identity left in them being a burning hatred for humans, whom they refer to as Doin. The elves of Dol Blathana, that puppet vassal of Nilfgaard, and of the wild highlands of the Blue Mountains, have retained much of the old knowledge and culture, though they, too, are condemned to perish. This death sentence was handed to them by biology. For men, though short-lived, are several times more fertile than elves. Thus, while the Seidhe's numbers continue to dwindle, ours grow at an alarming and ever-increasing rate. Some elves believe that the tide of events can be turned, that they can put a stop to human expansion and, ultimately, to their oppression by men. They look to their mythical cousins for salvation, to the Elle, the Alder folk. The Elle are said to dwell in another world or possibly another plane to which they travelled during the mythic age of migration, and from which they at times journey to visit our world. Legend claims a gate between the worlds could be opened, allowing the Elle to ride to their downtrodden brethren's rescue. These are, however, mere fables, naive fairy tales this race condemned to extinction uses to provide itself small comfort in these, their last, sad moments.